My most amazing artist. Today I'm going to be showing you how to make paper poppies. The poppy flower symbolizes veterans and all who have served our country in war. Poppy first became a symbol for veterans because after the war was over, where there was just mud and dirt and not many pretty signs of life around like trees and greenery, poppies came up through that mud and dirt, and there were beautiful poppy fields of just beautiful red flowers even after the war. So that's why they are a symbol today, and we use them a lot when we're talking about Veterans Day and Memorial Day. Now today we are talking about Veterans Day, which are for the veterans that are still alive. So today you're going to be making a card to thank those veterans for their service to serve our country. Your own paper poppy, like veterans still do today, you're going to have a pencil and a red piece of paper. I'm going to fold my red piece of paper in half and then open it up and fold it in half again. By doing this, it will make 4 squares on my paper if I line it up and crease it at those edges. Then I'm going to mark my point in the center of the 4 squares and draw a circle around it. Then I'm going to draw lines on my creases that just almost reach the edge, but not all the way to it. That way I can start at one point and go around and up and make a big rainbow arch to meet the other side. Ooh. And I want to meet at that next line and ooh. And meet at that line again. And one more time. Ooh. And every time I want to touch that next line as I'm turning my paper. Then in the center, I can make different designs, like I could make a circle there, I could make all different kinds of things. But that's starting out with a pencil, just in case I need to erase or flip my paper over. Then I'm going to use a Sharpie. I would recommend using the Sharpie marker, the one with the gray bottom, not the one with the black bottom. That way you're able to draw quicker and color in certain areas of your poppy. I'm going to trace my lines very carefully with the Sharpie marker, knowing that any line that I want to keep, I need to trace with a Sharpie. Any other lines are going to get erased after. Notice how the lines of my poppy, the 4 lines that I made, did not completely go off the paper. I'm only going around to the edge of the paper, but not quite touching it or leaving off the edge. Then I go up, around, and down, doing my best job to trace that line and make a rainbow arch. But poppy flowers are not perfect, so it's okay if your lines aren't straight or if they're a little bit wavy instead of an arch. That's okay because flowers are really like that. It does not have to be perfect. There's no such things as mistakes in art, just happy accidents. So you do only get one paper, so please make sure you're using a pencil to begin with and then a Sharpie to outline. Then we always erase our pencil lines, erasing in the safety zone of your letter L. If you erase in the safety zone to erase those pencil lines, that means that your paper won't wrinkle or rip. Once I'm all done erasing, then I'm going to go ahead and draw some details on there. Now you have a how to draw poppy sheet where there's different kinds that you can draw. You don't have to do the same kind that I'm doing. I'm just showing you one way that you can do it. I'm making 3 big lines and then making various little lines in between to make it look real and like it has dimension, meaning that make it look like it's 3D, not flat like a piece of paper. Then I'm going to add some more concentric circles, meaning circles inside of circles, maybe add some flower designs, maybe some lines, some stripes. This is where you can get creative and do whatever kinds of designs in your flower that you would like to. Then I'm going to put away my Sharpies and get out some colored pencils so I can add some details. I'm going to use a white colored pencil to show some highlights on my poppy. This will make it look even more real. I'm going to use a white to color in some parts of the center as well as some of those lines to show highlights like it's shining in the sun. Then I'm going to show it by going around those petals and outlining the sides. Just a few little lines around those petals will really make a difference. Then you will have a box of metallic or glittery crayons. I know it's hard to see in the video, but I'm adding a red glitter crayon and it's going to make a big difference in my poppy. It shows up really cool and glittery to add those details. Then I'm going to use my scissors to cut out my poppy. Remember, when we're cutting with scissors, we don't do daddy shark chomps because that's sloppy and messy and you might accidentally cut into your flower. Always have your thumb up and your peace sign down when you're cutting in your scissors, and always hold them away from your body, doing baby shark chomps only. If you're taking your time doing baby shark chomps, you'll make sure you do your best job cutting along that black Sharpie line and not accidentally cutting off any petals. If you do though, it's okay, turn it into a happy accident. Then you're going to throw away your scraps, make sure you don't leave them on the floor, put them in the bin. Then you can put away your scissors because we will not need those again. You're going to flip over your Poppy when you're done and take a pencil to write a message to a veteran. These messages and Poppies are going to be presented to real veterans, meaning people who have served our country in war. These are going to be presented to them at the Orman Memorial Art Museum on Monday, Veterans Day. So it's important that you do your very best work and do your best to write a message. If you're having trouble writing a message, you have ideas on how you could write a message or what you could say in the back of that card. I'm using pencil to write "Thank you for your service. Happy Veterans Day." Then I'm going to sign my name, only my first name. Now I'm using a pencil because a Sharpie will bleed through. You can see that where I colored the center of my flower with Sharpie bled through the middle there. So you wouldn't want to make your words with Sharpie because then that would show up all over the back or the front of your Poppy, the part that we spent the time drawing. So please make sure that if you would like to do any coloring on the back of your paper, that you do not do it with Sharpie. You could outline using a crayon, you could outline using colored pencil, or maybe even a regular, well, probably not even a marker. That would bleed through too. So make sure that you either use colored pencil or crayon. You can add some designs and colors and then sign only your first name. You're done today. These are not going to go inside of your table folders because they need to go to get to the veterans for Veterans Day. So we're going to have them collected today from your table. You can lay them on top of your folder when you're done to show that you're ready for it to be collected and given to a veteran. If you finish early, you can draw in your sketchbook, which is in your table folder, or you can make another Poppy that you can take home. But first you have to make one that can go to a veteran because that's the right thing to do to celebrate Veterans Day. We have off Monday for that, so it's important that we remember why. All right, artists, have an awesome time. I can't wait to see what you create.